What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for the Klassiker. Good old matchup between Bayern and Dortmund. One that has some meaning today. I mean, depending on what side you're looking at. You're tuning in from the Dortmund side. I mean, it's just let's not lose 8 back to back. If you're tuning in from the Bayern side, you want to win the Bundesliga today. I mean, looking at the starting 11s, I've already seen you guys in the chat. It's already looking one direction, but regardless, hopefully you guys are doing well, and if you are, be sure to drop a like. Get your guys' predictions in the chat. I don't see this going any other way. I simply don't, man. If you look at the starting 11s, you look at the recent records, it's absolutely baffling to me that Dortmund have lost 7 competitive matches in a row to Bayern. And Bayern are now angry. They're wounded. They just got knocked out against Villarreal in the Champions League. They can win the Bundesliga title at home against Dortmund. Their 8th consecutive. I don't know, man. Let me know in the chat if you guys disagree, if you see this going another way, but it looks like a depleted lineup as well for Dortmund, and I don't know. I don't know. I see this like a comfortable-ish performance, but hopefully, I don't know, maybe Bayern are a little shaken up from getting eliminated from Villarreal. We don't know. We'll have to see, but get your guys' predictions in the chat. Drop a like if you guys are just joining us. And yeah, I'll dive into the chat now. Before we dive into that, we'll get the starting 11s up soon for you guys. Producer T will just pop that up, and when it's on, I'll start talking about it. But in the meantime, we'll go into the chat as Luke Price is the first one who says, I'm going to say a 2-0 Bayern win. It's a realistic prediction. JJD TV fans, a little bit more optimistic. He says 2-2. And then Luke Price says Renier is starting. Yeah. The starting 11 doesn't look too good. Riley, my man, is here. Says no Kobel, dang it. Yeah, man, it's not the strongest looking starting 11 you're gonna find. Luke says that as well. This is gonna be ugly for BBB. Brandt playing as a CM and Jude as a CDM. So I'll take a look at the starting 11 as well. Bayern's is pretty straightforward. It's the 4-2-3-1, and Dortmund's, in my opinion, can play one of two ways. It can be a 4-2-3-1 or it can be a 3-4-2-1. But we'll talk about that as soon as we pop it up there as well. Oh yeah, but my thoughts on the lineup is just my thoughts on the match. I think Bayern are gonna have fun with this game. I really do. And we got a 4-2 prediction coming in for Bayern. I mean, that make it an interesting match. And the nice thing, at least in the last few Klassikers, because there's been in those 7 competitive losses in a row, we've seen 2 or 3 blowouts in Bayern's perspective. But the one nice thing is recently we've seen a ton of, honestly, competitive matches where Dortmund probably should have won at least 1 or 2 of them, but it just seems to be a psychological thing. They can't get over that hump, and Bayern have been running riot. But the interesting thing is the fact that Bayern have basically based their season on how well that they can do trophy-wise, Champions League. It's been an average season, in my opinion, and now after getting eliminated against Villarreal in the quarterfinals, which is not good enough, they have the opportunity to win their 10th consecutive Bundesliga title at home against Dortmund. I mean, I don't know. They're not motivated. I don't know what it is. And as for Dortmund, they're just trying to see at this miserable season, to be honest. But let's take a look first at Dortmund's starting 11. I'll give you guys 2 systems of how I think it potentially will line up. Probably more realistically is a back 3. So I'm going to say this system could be a 3-4-2-1. And goal is Hitz. Right wing back is Wolf. Outside right center back would be Emre Can. Central center back's Akanji. Outside left center back's Zagadou, with your left wing back being Guerrero. Your 2 center mids, I assume, would be Brandt and Bellingham, with your Brandt obviously playing a little bit more advanced, can play as the 8. Your 2 cams would be Royce and Renier, and your striker is Holland. So on the flip side of thing, if they line up in a 4-2-3-1, it could be Hitz and net. Right back would be Wolf. You got Akanji, Zagadou, your 2 center backs. Guerrero left back. Then I would say probably Chan and Bellingham, your 2 CDMs. Royce as your cam, then Brandt and Renier on one of the attacking sides, one on the left, one on the right, and Holland up front. That is how I see it lining up. Let me know if you guys agree with that or if you see it going a different way, but I'm assuming it'll be the first one. It'll be the 3-4-2-1 system. Hey Josh, what's up, mate? Not too much, my friend. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're just joining us, guys, be sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can get to 20 likes. We're at 13 right now. I think we can get to 20 likes before kickoff. We got a 2-1 prediction coming in for BVB. Hey Josh, Renier at center mid scares me. I can almost promise you guys that Renier will not be playing center mid. Renier will be playing on the wings in a 4-2-3-1, or will be playing as a dual cam with Royce in a 3-4-2-1. It'll be more than likely Bellingham and Chan in one system, or Bellingham and Brandt in another. Dortmund need to take advantage of Upamecano's bad form recently, and Haaland has to be on beast mode today. Well, Haaland's got a pretty decent record taking on Upamecano, so that could be a potential issue there. Yo, what's going on, my friend? I got a couple of people cheering on Bayern. Let me know in the chat who you guys cheering on for. Just say Bayern, say Dortmund, throw in some red, throw in some yellow. Let me know who you guys are supporting today. I've seen a few people cheering on Dortmund. I've seen a few cheering on Bayern. But get it in, guys, and drop a like. Say hello. We're getting close to Klassiker. Still a big matchup, despite it being honestly a pretty disappointing season for both. But now we'll take a look over at Bayern starting 11. And let me know in the comments too, guys. Let me know what you think. Is it 4-2-3-1, or do you think it's going to be a 3-4-2-1? But as for Bayern, I can promise you it's pretty straightforward. Bayern's is going to be a 4-2-3-1. In goal is Manuel Neuer. Right back is Benjamin Pavard. Center back is Upamecano. And Lucas Hernandez on the left-hand side. Davies is starting, which is good to see for anyone who's a Canadian men's national team supporter. I wasn't sure he was going to get the start. The two CDMs would be, Goretzka and Kimmich, the two the best you're going to find. Cam is going to be Thomas Muller. On the right will be, Gnabry. On the left is Kingsley Coman. And striker is Robert Lewandowski. So there you have it, friends. There you have it. I don't know, man. You look at the two starting 11. I think you guys are probably pretty confident who's gonna win. I'm not gonna lie, man. But damn, I don't know. Let me know. Get your predictions in. I don't know. I want it to be a competitive match. It's something that I'm just genuinely hoping for, because I think it could be relatively ugly if Dortmund don't come to play today. But we're gonna have to wait and see. Should be an interesting one. Vale says, "Sup? How you doing, my man?" Says, "Just start getting to Renier." Yeah, you might as well. I don't know why. I don't know what Renier is. I don't know what Renier is doing in the starting 11. To be honest, Yeet says he's rooting for Dortmund, showing his love for Gio. That's all right. Bobby says, "What's up, Josh?" Haaland go beast mode with Royce, Haaland, Wolf up top, but I could be wrong. I don't see Wolf starting higher up the pitch. I see him probably playing as a right back, but we'll see once the game gets started. Oh my god, the Bayern side. You guys thinking it looks good. Bundesliga gets so boring because of Bayern. Well, let me know what you guys think, man. I think if Lewandowski leaves next season, this could wildly change the Bundesliga. I truthfully believe that. I think the fact that Lewandowski just scores as much as he does, he's a record-breaking presence all over the park. And if he actually leaves Bayern, I genuinely think that Bayern will be significantly worse. I don't think they can replace him whatsoever. Even if it's someone like Darwin Núñez, great young striker, but I just don't think he's going to put up the type of numbers anywhere close to what Lewandowski does. So maybe if he moves on next season, the Bundesliga could become a little closer. Leipzig doing well. Dortmund need to do a lot of work. I choose both, but I will choose Bayern. I think the Rangers can win the Europa League. I think Leipzig are probably the heavy favorites. I'd say actually out of the four, Rangers would be the team I think that has the least amount of chance to win it, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'd go Rangers fourth, then probably Frankfurt, then West Ham, and then I think Leipzig are the favorites for the Europa League. Yeet saying he wishes that Gio was healthy. I don't see anything but a Bayern win, unfortunately. I'm a BBB fan, but we will lose. Not a lot of confidence, guys. Not a lot of confidence, but we're about a minute away from kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're just tuning into the chat, get your predictions in. Drop a like as well, guys. Come on. We got to get to 20. We can get to 20 likes. I think that's very, very manageable. And let's just hope we're in for a competitive match. That's something I'm just simply hoping for, man. I don't know. Because I'm looking at the starting 11. I'm looking at the context of the match, and I'm just not overly confident here. Who are the fullbacks for BBB next season? It's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who they were going to bring in. I mean, Schlotterbeck is an absolute must. I mean, Adeyemi as well. I don't know who the fullbacks would potentially be. We'll have to see if they decide to stick with Guerrero or not. Sadly, I think it'll be 3-1 for Bayern. It's a realistic prediction. I can see something like that. I wish Terzic was still the manager. Bayern can have Patrick Schick as a striker and easily win the Farmers League. Oh, he puts the F in front. Says the. I don't disagree with that statement just because I think Bayern are very well rounded, but I do think it'll be a much more competitive Bundesliga if simply Robert Lewandowski leaves Bayern. I don't think anyone can replicate exactly what this man can do. I truthfully don't. That's my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree or not. But we got the handshakes coming up. The two skippers, Manuel Neuer, Marco Reus. Zagadou making some of you guys nervous as well. Sula and Schotterbeck next season with Adeyemi will be good. It will be, but there's still a lot of work to do. I think Leipzig will have a pretty solid side. If they keep Nkunku, Silva, I mean, Leipzig could have a decent chance at competing for the Bundesliga title next season. That's if Bayern end up losing some of their players as well. But we'll have to see. The big day in the stadium. Alex is in the stadium today for the Klassiker. Very jealous. Very jealous. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Terzic will become manager again. Sorry, guys. I don't see that happening. Bayern won the treble with Mario Mandzukic as a target man who only gave 15 goals per season. I don't think that replacing Lewandowski is not going to allow them to win the Bundesliga. I just meant that replacing Lewandowski, I think, will make the Bundesliga a lot more competitive. Simply, I don't know. He's a special striker, man. His numbers speak for themselves. He's done such incredible things, and I think if you pluck him out, even if you put in a Mandzukic type striker, I still think that Bayern would change, and they still may win the Bundesliga because they still have a great squad. But my point is that I think it would make the Bundesliga a little bit more competitive, and you never know. But kickoff is underway. The Klassiker has begun. Be sure to drop a like, get your predictions in, and we are off. And my first thoughts immediately is that it looks like a back four. So it does look like Dortmund are lining up in the 4-2-3-1. You have Marius Wolf at right back. And then Akanji, Zagadou, Guerrero. So it's a back four with Chan, Bellingham, your two CDMs. You have Royce at cam, Renier is out on the left, Brandt's on the right, and Holland is your striker. So there you have it. 4-2-3-1 versus 4-2-3-1. It'll make for an interesting match, I'm pretty sure. I've heard rumors of Benzemaimi from Gladbach coming in to replace Nico Schultz. I've heard those rumors as well. It'd be a big pickup, in my opinion. But I think they have to do something with Guerrero. I think they're going to have to ship Guerrero out if that's going to be the case. But speaking of Guerrero, he is on the ball. I'm curious to see what Bayern would look like next season without Lewandowski, though. I really am. Even if they bring in a player like again, Darwin Núñez, that's a good movement there from Dortmund. Poor ball. Alphonso Davies collects. But I don't know what it is. I just think Lewandowski is just an animal in front of goal. He really is. And if you take out that many goals, I mean, it's not unimaginable to think that someone else can't try to compete with Bayern. But you do make a good point. I mean, Bayern have won before Lewandowski, and I mean, they're going to eventually win after, but I don't know. Mazraoui will come in at right back next season. He'd be a great pickup. I think Bayern and Dortmund are the two that are interested in him, so it'll be an interesting there. Lewandowski should stay in the Bundesliga to break records. I agree. I mean, I thought Lewandowski would finish his career at Bayern, or maybe in the very twilight end of his career go somewhere else, but I don't know. He fits the Bundesliga so well. He's still got some records to go after, and just, I don't know. I'd be surprised to see him go elsewhere, but he's won everything there is to win, so maybe he just wants to see another challenge somewhere. But let me know. I don't know, guys. Let me know the percentage of Lewandowski being at Bayern next season. Give me a percentage in the chat. What are the odds that you think we'll see Lewandowski in red next season for Bayern? I'm gonna say 70%. I think he's gonna stay. And if you guys are just tuning in with us today, guys, be sure to drop a like. You still have your chance to get your score predictions. We're only 2 minutes in. JJD TV fan is adamant that it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I would take that. I would take a draw. Just simply end this massive losing streak Dortmund has. It's unacceptable. JJD TV fan says, "Can you see my chats?" I can. Sula, you're on the wrong bench. Yeah, Sula and Schlotterbeck, man, will be a good combo next season for Dortmund, man. They just, I mean, honestly, I would take an entire brand new back four if they can sign a new a new left back and right back as well. Just completely redo this back four. I think it'll be pretty nice there. We got a prediction for 3-2 Bayern. We got a few high scoring predictions today. I guess basing off the last few the Klassikers, it's not unrealistic. But I asked you guys the potential of seeing Lewandowski leave Bayern. You guys have said 85% he will stay with Bayern, 60%, 75%. JJD TV fans says 1% he'll be with Bayern next season. Now, I don't know. I think they're going to find a deal. I think he'll be there for at least next season. Darwin Núñez is not a striker that any super club should go after because he's a similar sort of player to Diego Costa. Really? I've never heard that comparison before. Diego Costa and Darwin Núñez. Interesting. Curious to see how you got to that, but I don't think he's a finished product. That is something I'll admit with Darwin Núñez. I don't think Darwin Núñez would come into Bayern and score more than 15, maybe 20 goals. He's a good, talented young striker, but he's far from what Lewandowski brings, in my opinion. But I don't know. If you have any Bayern fans in the chat, let me know if Lewandowski does leave, who would you want to see come in, or who's an actual option? Because I'm just curious of how they would go about trying to replace him. But Dortmund definitely playing on the break today. Haaland coming to collect. Dortmund being in Sean Dice. Oh, that's a good ball, but a little too far ahead of Erling Haaland. But we have a viewer in the crowd today, which is pretty cool. So shout out to Alex, who's actually in Germany right now. He's at the match. Packed Allianz Arena. Very jealous. I would like to go to this match, but you know, I'm back from the Ajax video. How you doing, my friend? Let me know what your score predictions are. If you have anyone who's joining the conversation now, get your guys' thoughts in, or let me know who you're cheering for. I would really like to see Dortmund simply not lose. Out of the two best teams in the Bundesliga, losing 7 competitive is just in the back of my mind. I said if it's a draw, it's a draw. Just end the losing streak, and you would then stop Bayern from celebrating their 10th consecutive title right in front of your faces. So we'll have to see. Though I think I said my prediction was like 3-1. Like I don't know. Don't see it going very well, guys. A club like Atletico Inter is a good fit for Núñez. I agree with that. 2-striker system. I think that's a very good point, to be honest. Juve could be another one. Partner him up with Vlahovic. I just don't think he would do the job that Lewandowski does. I think Schick would be better fit than Núñez at Bayern, but I just think Bayern would be a different animal, guys. I really do. Completely different animal without Lewandowski. And they also lost Sula. Their back four looks a little iffy. I don't know. Thoughts on Haaland and Man City rumors? For me, it's the inevitable. If you guys have followed the channel for a while now, anytime that question has come up, I said I really only see Haaland going to City. I know that Madrid was in there, but given the fact that Benzema is still there and producing at a very high elite level, and the fact that they're going to go for Mbappe, Haaland there didn't make any sense. Bayern would maybe make sense if they decided to, pull a Mario Götze and go after him again with that release clause, but Haaland going to City makes sense because City needs a number 9. Haaland's one of the best up-and-coming number 9. City have the money to do it. And, I mean, his dad played there. I don't know. It just, to me, it made a lot of sense, and that's why I see it happening. But let me know what you guys think on the Haaland to City rumors. It was bound to happen, and yeah. Andre Silva would be my ideal striker. His playing style is similar to Sergio Aguero. I don't see Bayern going after Andre Silva, but saying that, I mean, they poach Upamecano, Sabitzer, and Nagelsmann. So what's one more player? Might as well make it RB Leipzig. But I don't think Leipzig will be quite as easy letting him go this time. It's Kingsley Coman looking for a nice little ball run from Alphonso Davies, but Zagadou does well there. As striker, I want Luis Suarez. I am new. Do you support Dortmund or Bayern? I support Dortmund. I'm a Dortmund fan as well, my friend. But if you guys are new to the channel, you could be so kind. You want to drop a sub, it's always appreciated. Dropping a like as well. We'll set our next like target for 50 likes. It's manageable. We'll get there eventually. But let me know in the comments. Throw in some red, throw in some yellow. Let me know who you guys are cheering on. I think Bayern will look at Nkunku if Lewandowski leaves. Could be like what Nagelsmann did with Kramaric at Hoffenheim. The one thing... that's a good little hit there from Jude. The one thing I don't know about Nkunku is that Nkunku, I don't think he could replace Lewandowski because he's not that type of striker. I don't think that he's best suited for a 4-2-3-1 system. Unless Nagelsmann decides to just, you know, really shake things up. But also, I don't think Leipzig are gonna do exactly what they did or had happened to them in the last few seasons. I don't think that they're gonna sell to Bayern. I really don't. I think Nkunku will stay, and if he does leave, I think he'll probably end up going to the Prem. Put fans singing in the background. It'd be an interesting one. I think Holland will stay. I doubt it. I doubt it. There's after this season, man, there's no reason for him to stay. I mean, if City comes knocking and gives him a good contract offer, I mean, I don't know what they could do to convince Holland that, you know, this is the right move for him, stay another season. Kanji with a terrible touch there, goes out for a throw, but it'll be interesting. If he stays, in my opinion, it's because he wants to go to Madrid. And he's waiting to see when Benzema will leave, and then he'll go to Madrid with Mbappe. But other than that, if he's down to go to City, I think he goes now. Darwin is too expensive. Maybe a striker like Jonathan David or Tremi to BBB. Tremi is too old. It just doesn't fit the profile of a striker that Dortmund would go after. You need to find someone in their early 20s. Mid-20s at most, like 25. Tremi's approaching 30. I just don't think he's one. David would be a fit. I don't know if he'd be a fit for the system Dortmund play, but, I mean, the profile's sort of there. João Felix to Bayern. It's not bad. I think that's kind of similar to Nunez. Like, I think he's a player who's better in a two striker system. He can float around the number 9. I don't know. Lewandowski to me is like the ultimate striker. He's got a little bit of everything. Specifically, I mean, the strength is the big one. I don't know if João Felix would come in here and make much of a difference. I mean, I'm sure he would score. I think Schick again would be a better fit, even though I don't see Schick as an actual option. I'm trying to think of someone who would be. I think Holland would be literally an ideal replacement, to be honest. Which is why I'm surprised that Bayern aren't being sneaky and going for it. But Nkunku is a good Gnabry replacement. That is true. He would be an excellent Gnabry replacement. But I don't know, man. I don't think, from what I've heard and what I've read, that Leipzig are going to be very keen to sell players to Bayern again. They literally lost one of their up-and-coming young center backs. They lost their captain, and they lost their manager. I don't know. At some point, they're going to have to put their foot down. I don't know. I don't see it happening. It's good seeing Alphonso Davies back in, though. He had a tough one coming off the bench. He was somewhat at fault for the goal against Villarreal, but I mean, Nagelsmann should have never put him in a back 3. It was a really poor decision, in my opinion. So, and he looked a little rough as well, so I wasn't sure if he was going to start this, but good to see the fellow Canadian back in there. Holland is very injury prone. Alex says we should be pressing Bayern harder. It's been a decent little start for Dortmund, man. A little bit surprising. 12 minutes in with the squad that they put out today, I'd give them credit. They've had their opportunities. They're looking to counter. Upamecano does very well there. It's been competitive so far. Dortmund for Pogba? No, man. Pogba will go to probably one of two places. It'll probably... I'm very certain it'll be PSG. And if it's not PSG, man, I think it's going to be Madrid. I don't know who else would go for Paul Pogba, man. I don't know who would want Paul Pogba. I mean, are you the same person I watched the World Cup draw from? I'm assuming so. We had a big World Cup draw. I'm assuming you're probably the same one, but hopefully you're doing well. City signed Julian Alvarez in January, who came into the side. Yeah, that's true. They did sign a striker. I'm not sure if he's at the same pedigree as someone that Haaland is, but I mean, a lot of teams have 2 strikers. City just have none. And if they're going to let Gabriel Jesus leave as well, I mean, signing Haaland, having Alvarez there, Alvarez can always push out wide. He plays in a 2-striker system as well, so he can kind of literally like for like replace Gabriel Jesus. Then you have Haaland, an actual number 9. And if he's not available, then you can put Alvarez there. So I think both signings do kind of make sense. Yeah, anyone else watch the United game today? Because that was hilarious. Oh, that's a really good ball. Good tackle there from Rafael Guerrero. Did you see that Dortmund have found a Haaland replacement but haven't announced it yet? I read that. I mean, I find that interesting, man. I find that interesting because I didn't exactly know what that meant. I assumed Adeyemi is technically the replacement. No. Other than that, I don't know who the replacement could be, unless they bring in Timo Werner, something like that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think? Oh, a good hit there, and Serge Gnabry puts Bayern on their way to a 10th consecutive Bundesliga title. The fans are absolutely freaking out. Where's Alex? Is he in the chat? Stop laughing at United. I'm gonna cry. It's just so easy for Bayern. Comes from a corner. It was actually a really nice cushioned header. Put it back for Gnabry. Nice touch from Gnabry. Nice hit. That's a really, really nice goal from Serge Gnabry. Not gonna lie. That's a goal. That's a goal right there. Damn. Absolute bullet. I think that was Lewandowski. That's a really intelligent header if it was. Just a nice little take with the knee. One hit from Serge Gnabry, man. That was a bullet. Puts Dortmund in a very uncomfortable position right now. They've had like I said, they had a decent start, but I don't know, just with the lineup they put out, you're just wondering where this creative spark's really going to come from. And it was kind of even for a little bit there, and then one opportunity goes, and Bayern on their way to celebrate. Damn. But yes, Man United needs something, but I don't know what it is. I'm a United fan. We have been linked to Akanji recently. What are your thoughts on him? Is he any good as a center back? I mean, considering that you guys have Harry Maguire, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Akanji would come into United and do a job that club would expect. I think I don't know. That's just my opinion. Let me know in the chat, guys. We got a lot of Dortmund fans here. I think Akanji would be good at a club like Leicester, for example. He's a decent center back, makes mistakes every now and then, but I don't think he's gonna fix that atrocious back line, man. I think someone like Pau Torres coming in, trying to get the best out of Rafael Varane would be the best bet for Manchester United. And Akanji probably going to like a Leicester, a West Ham. That's kind of where I'd see him going, but let me know if you guys agree with that. If you're from Canada, you're very likely the same person I watched the World Cup draw. Well, hopefully you enjoyed it, my friend. Let me know who's your country and who's your club. If you tuned in from the World Cup draw, let me know who you guys will be cheering for in the upcoming World Cup. I'm fine with that. At least it's a German player, and I'm a Germany fan. That's fair. If you guys are just tuning into the chat, though, guys, be sure to drop a like, say hello. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Haven't asked that yet. I'm tuning in from Canada, as a lot of you guys know, but let me know where around the world we have you guys from today. I know there's going to be a lot of Bayern fans in the chat. There's going to be a lot of Dortmund fans in the chat as well. What are your thoughts of Renier? He's been a disaster. He needs to go back to Madrid and then probably get sold to a club where he will, play. It didn't make any sense. We didn't need him at the time. We got him on a 2-year loan deal. Best case scenario, he would have turned into a Hakimi, did something for us, and then we would have gave him back. Worst case scenario is exactly what happened. So I don't have a lot of thoughts on Renier, if I'm being completely honest. What's happening to Harry Maguire at United? I think he might leave. I think he absolutely needs to leave, man. Go back to Leicester. go to Go to Newcastle. I don't know, man. Got to leave United. It's not a good experience for him right now. Adeyemi has been confirmed, not to the extent of a Holland replacement. Hello, bro. Can I ask which state you live in? Holland will leave us. Yes. I live in Canada, my friend. In Ontario. Not a state, but you know. Who would you like to see get promoted to the Bundesliga, and who would you like to see get relegated? Let me know in the chat. That's a good question, guys. Who do you want to see get promoted? I mean, I'd like to see Schalke come back. I mean, I would. I miss the derbies. They got punished. They went down. They've been brutal, but they're leading the way right now. So I do hope that they come back up. And then Werder Bremen would be the other one. And then I hope Arminia Bielefeld get relegated. Greuther Fürth is going to get relegated. That's a fact. And then who's ever in the relegation playoff, I hope they stay up. So whether it's Stuttgart or whether it's Hertha Berlin, I hope both of them, or whichever one, stays up in the promotion playoff. And then Schalke and Werder Bremen join us back up in the Bundesliga. That is what I wish. But let me know what you guys think. Tuning in from Kuwait today. Very cool. Tuning in from England. Nice, nice. Canada as well. Manchester United fan. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'm from the U.S. and from Ethiopia. Very cool. Tuning in from Iraq. We got it all over the map today, guys. Very cool to see. I'm so tired of those results every week, bro. I just want the season to end. Make some transfers. Yeah. You want to sack Marco Rosa? Yeah, I don't think Rosa will get sacked. I do think there's a lot of good things coming for Dortmund, at least for the transfers. I mean, if you get Schlotterbeck and Sula as your two starting center backs next season, you ship out this dead weight. There's some good things on the horizon, guys. There is. And like I said, man, Bayern, I really think if Lewandowski leaves, it could open up the Bundesliga a little bit more. Especially with Leipzig getting better the way that they are. They had a surprising loss today, but they've looked fantastic. Could potentially do a cup double, winning the Europa League and the Pokal. So big shout out to Tedesco, man. He's done some really good work there. Picking up the pieces from Jesse Marsch. Stuttgart is in the playoff for relegation. Yeah, I hope they stay up. I want to see Stuttgart and Hertha. I think that'd be a good trade-off, man. I think that'd be a good trade-off. Seeing Arminia and Fürth go down, and then seeing Schalke and Bremen come up. But some of you guys are agreeing with me. Schalke, Bremen, and St. Pauli. Those are three good ones as well, man. Three historic clubs. But here comes Kingsley Coman. Really good ball. Bayern are starting to pick it up a little bit. That's a really dangerous cross, but hits grabs. You want Schalke back up? I'm tuning in from Canada. Welcome, my man. Are you a Bayern supporter? Following the love of Alphonso Davies, or let me know. Looks so beautiful though with all the fans, man. I mean, the Bundesliga, as you guys know, is my favorite league. It's always been, but I'd love to go to as many matches as I could in Germany. There's so many. Like the Freiburg match today was just exceptional. Let me know if anyone in the chat. Let me know if you guys have been to any stadiums in Germany. What matches you've seen. I've only been to one. I watched Dortmund play live, and I mean, as you can imagine, it was incredible. But there's a lot of really, really incredible stadiums, and the fans in Germany are just next to none. I'm from England, and I want Hamburg back. Yeah, that's a good one. Are you from Toronto then? Or I'm not from Toronto. I live about an hour and a bit from Toronto, so that'd be my local club, TFC. All over the globe in your channel. You gotta love it, man. It's a beautiful thing about this sport. Brings a lot of people together, so it's cool to see. That's a good ball, but a little overhit from Coman today. But let's see. We're at 34 likes, guys. We got 60 of us in the chat. If you guys have not done so yet, be sure to drop a like. And if you want to throw in where you're tuning in from, I mean, as we've seen, we're all over the map today. It's cool to see. And yes, our Canadian friend is cheering on Bayern today. It's good to see Davies start, like I said. I wasn't sure. I mean, he looked like he got pretty beaten up and was pretty tired after those two matches against Villarreal. And then, he came on late. It's unfair to put him as an outside left center back. He was definitely I don't know. He had something to do with that second goal, but I mean, it just was really poor decision making from Nagelsmann in my opinion, to put him in that type of situation. But as we know, Fonzie, man, he'll come back. I mean, he looks lively today, which is good. I don't know if Bayern would accept me to support them in this game after 1999. I think the Man United need better defenders. Yeah, I mean, with Erik ten Hag, I already made like a fun little starting 11. 4-3-3 for you United fans out there. Keep De Gea. Sign a right back. I don't remember who I thought I was going to sign. Who did I think I was going to sign? I don't remember who it was. They need to sign a right back. Otherwise, I mean, give it to Delo, I guess. Try to transform him. Get rid of Maguire. Have Varane. Hope to get the best out of him with Pau Torres. Get Shaw back to his best. Sign Tchouaméni from Monaco. You got Van de Beek back, so I mean, Ten Hag will do some wonders with him. Fernandez, and then have Sancho. Try to get the best out of him. Maybe sign Darwin Núñez. I don't know. Sign some type of striker. Keep Ronaldo. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I don't think they can get much worse, but no foul given there. Kobel was a huge blow, man. Yeah, not ideal going into a matchup like this, not having your starting keeper. Hitz has always been a good backup, and I don't know what it is with these matches, but it always seems like Hitz plays the Klassiker. I don't get it. Like, I seriously don't get it. It's like somehow our starting keeper just decides to disappear right before arguably the most important matches that we play. Now, like I said, this one means absolutely nothing, but still, you get my point. From Canada, going all the way. Thoughts on Dortmund, two teams in... Thoughts on Borussia Dortmund, two teams in... Yeah, okay. I thought you meant two, and I was like, what are you... Oh, yeah. Dortmund's second team is in the third division, and they're doing very, very well. They're mid-table. They had an incredible season to get promoted last time out. They got a lot of good young talent. I mean, the nice thing is some of the youngsters don't play for Dortmund. They can still play a full 90 and go and play. Emmanuel Frey's been my favorite player to watch. But it's good to see, man. It's good to see. I hope they stay in the third division because they can't get promoted any higher. So it's the highest that team can go in. Is the Canadian Federation in talks with any countries over friendlies? They are. I haven't heard anything of it. They need to get some friendlies lined up. They absolutely do. I don't know what this situation is going to look like, and I don't know how many of the big hitters will have matches already lined up. So I don't know exactly what the matches would look like. I'd hope maybe like I've said, like a Colombia and Algeria. Find a few really good nations that didn't qualify for the World Cup. Just because, I mean, they're good. Algeria is, in my opinion, a similar team to Morocco. I think a good matchup would be Colombia because they are a good squad. If you can find a good team that's in the World Cup that will agree to a friendly, I mean, obviously do so. But I don't know. I haven't heard too much of it yet. I was in Dortmund, Leverkusen, Cologne, Hanover, Mainz, and Schalke Stadium. Very jealous, my man. Damn. You've been all over. That's pretty sweet. I'm very jealous. I'm hoping to go back to Germany and go to a few different stadiums. I would like to go back to Dortmund, but I don't know. I've been to Dortmund. I would go back, and I recommend anyone to go back. But it's not the best city in the world. So there comes Erling Haaland. It's a poor finish. It's a tough one. I like to go to a good stadium, but also, you know, a city where I can enjoy a little bit more. Has Gregor Kobel been good? He's been very good, man. One of the better players for Dortmund this season. As a Liverpool fan, I really hate United. I also support Inter and Dortmund. Very cool. Couple good sides there. You got Jurgen Klopp, probably one of the best managers in world football. Him and Guardiola. And my boy Diego Simeone. I don't care what anybody says. Nice run there from Brandon. It is a foul. Free kick coming up. Hitz once scored in the Bundesliga for his former team. They did. Hitz scored for Augsburg against Wolfsburg, I believe. Let me know if I got that wrong. As an Arsenal fan, I enjoyed today. Do you play FIFA 22? I do. Most of the FIFA stuff I do, though, goes on One Soccer. So we actually have a FIFA video coming out tomorrow on CF Montreal. So if we have any Canadians in the chat, be sure to check out One Soccer. We got a nice little video tomorrow going over there. Italy is available. Yeah, you'd hope Italy's available. You'd hope Italy's available. I don't. Again, yeah. I mean, honestly, if you gave me Algeria, Colombia, and Italy for 3 friendlies, I'd be very happy. Good little corner comes on to Renier. Looking for Holland. Oh, Lewandowski. The 2 number 9s go up. Damn. Thoughts on Canada's men's coach, who was the women's coach? And yes, Algeria and Morocco are similar. I agree. Colombia and Germany would be a good match for Canada. I mean, John Herdman is just, I mean, he's my everything. The man has just done absolute wonders. Completely changed the perspective of Canadian soccer, in my opinion. That's a terrible ball for Manuel Neuer, but does well. And yeah, he's the first manager to ever take a women's national team and a men's national team to a World Cup. So he'll be with Canada till at least 2026. A couple shots at a World Cup. Oh, that's a terrible ball. Jeez. Just awful, awful defending once again from Dortmund. You'd expect it. 30 minutes in, 2-0 Bayern. They're going absolutely crazy, man. And this is, like, you could take a look at how this Dortmund team was lining up today, and you don't see this going any other way. My prediction was 3-0, and it's for simple things like this. Unless an offside's going to save them, which it might, but that is just so bad from Marius Wolf. Just poor coverage. Can't stay with Kingsley Coman. Just kind of toe hacks it right to Gnabry into the empty net. Bayern are in cruise control, man. Gnabry with a brace. Nagelsmann freaking out. Marco Rosa looks like man. Looks like it might have been offside, though. Not sure. There's an argument. I don't have the sound on. What are they saying, T? Look, they're arguing about something. It looks like maybe it's going to be. No goal. So it was offside. Just offside. Marius Wolf just. That was close, man. That was close. And it keeps it at 1. Keeps it interesting. Keeps it interesting. That would have been a poor goal to give up. As usual. Algeria might still go to the World Cup. FIFA is discussing it, and they might get replayed against Cameroon. I very, very much doubt that. That's in my opinion. Maybe that is a fact. But I don't know. I absolutely cannot see that match being replayed. If anything, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's officiating. It's part of the game. One thing that's not part of the game was Egypt getting 2,500 lasers shot in their eyes in a penalty shootout. I feel like that's got more likely to get replayed than a ref having a bad match. I mean, it's part of what happens. I don't know, man. That's just my opinion. So I would be upset with that. I don't know. For me, I would be livid if I was Egypt. If you're gonna replay a match like that, I don't know. I think Algeria is the better team. They should have went to the World Cup over Cameroon by a good margin, but it is what it is. There's ref. That's part of the game. You're gonna have matches where the ref's gonna be blind, and one where he's gonna be spot on. But I don't think it's got any reason to be replayed, and if it does, I think that's the wrong decision. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. If Senegal and Algeria gets replayed, is it the right decision? Let me know. Or if Egypt should be replayed. Because I'm sure you guys probably saw that. Lasergate. I supported Italy for a long time, and I still do. It's been an interesting it's been an interesting decade. Missing out on 2 World Cups, but winning a Euros in between. I mean, weird. Kyle Smith says, Josh, hope all is well, brother. It is, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. Keep it up. I will do my best. Conestoga to the World Cup. There you go. There you have it. Conestoga to the World Cup. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Davies is on the ball. It'll be cool, though. We'll see what kind of content we'll do for One Soccer once the World Cup's on its way. I doubt we'll be going to Qatar, but you never know. You never know. Yeah, maybe. That's another poor ball. And there it is. Now it's 2. Oh, man. Very simple once again. And if you went into this match thinking that this result was going to be anything else besides straightforward, you would be mistaken. Zach just shows on just a little zoom in on Zagadou there. Man. Zagadou on the ball, brutally gives it over. Completely looks like a lost puppy out there, and then hits, kind of just falling to the pitch because he's like, why bother? Dortmund just man, they look terrible. Easy finish for Lewandowski. 2-0 Bayern. They're well on their way. It's hard to know. I mean, again, I'm not a keeper, so it's hard to know, but hits just, man, keep your 5-hole closed there. Egypt versus Senegal should be replayed behind closed doors. That'd be a fair compromise. If any of them were to be replaced, Marco Rosa is absolutely losing it. I love Dortmund, but man, other than technically being the second in the league this season, has been awful. We get games where it looks like no one wants to play. Yeah, this isn't a perfect example. I took one look at the starting lineup, and I just said 3-0. This is gonna be an ugly game. The quality on the pitch for, like, how does it happen? And it's not. This isn't the first instance where this match has happened and big players from Dortmund just are not available. Injuries or whatever it is, it's absolutely ridiculous that the amount of times that, if you go look at this will be 8 consecutive losses to Bayern now. Go look at some of those lineups. You're gonna have a piss. It's absolutely hilarious. They just find a way to put out the worst possible 11 you could find, and then you get matches like this because Dortmund have not even been close. They had a decent opening 15, and Bayern are just a better squad, man. And I think it's 35 minutes in. I think it's gonna get worse. So RB already answered my question and didn't hear your response. Do you see RB Leipzig winning the Bundesliga in the near future because of their young team and the Red Bull structure? I think it depends. I think this was an eye-opening season last season for them. The fact that Bayern poached, like I said, Upamecano, Sabitzer, and Nagelsmann, I think that really rubbed them the wrong way. I think they have a little bit of ambitions, and I think if they can pull off winning the Pokal and winning the Europa League, giving the future to Tedesco, keeping Nkunku, having Silva do what he can do, I really think that they have an opportunity to push Bayern much harder than you're going to see Dortmund push them. And like I said, if losing Sula, hopefully one day, Lewandowski will move on. I think that will really affect them. That's just my opinion. I think anyone that will compete with Bayern in the next 2-3 seasons will probably be Leipzig, unless their squad just decides to get picked apart. Egypt did do the same thing, so yeah. But not to the extent. I've never seen anything like that. I saw that all over Twitter, and yeah, well, Egypt did it first. It's like, did they? Like, at a what? At a 1% fraction? And maybe that's enough to say, okay, it's not worth it. But in my opinion, if one of the matches were to be replayed, it would be the Egyptian match well over the Algeria match. But in my opinion, it is what it is. Find a way to do better then. Make sure that lasers don't happen like that, or don't allow the players to shoot. And none of the players even complain, so I don't know. And in terms of the ref, well, it is what it is. It's a bad ref. Suck it up. And move on. I don't think it should be replayed. Takes away the integrity, in my opinion. My heart officially stopped. Alex, how's the atmosphere, my man? Marseille is better than Dortmund as a squad. I don't know about that. I'd be curious to see Marseille take on... Marseille's squad is not near as good as Dortmund. Doesn't mean that Marseille couldn't take Dortmund down, because I think St. Pauli is an excellent manager. I think he can get Marseille doing good things. But they're second in a league where it's not even close. But I do think it would be a good matchup, and it wouldn't surprise me if Marseille won that. But I don't think you can say that Marseille have a better squad. Unfortunately, RB Leipzig lost to Union, but I guess this is the revenge for the cup result. I still don't think they'll have enough to qualify for top 4. And even if somehow Leipzig miss out on top 4, if they win the Europa League, that's an automatic spot. So if Leipzig finish in 5th and win the Europa League, they still have a Champions League position. And I believe they would have a higher Champions League position if they win the Europa League. What's sad is that this is so expected. Every single year, this is the same. This is a. Again, I looked. I don't know, man. My reaction. I looked at the starting 11. I'm like 3-0. It's the only words that came out of my mouth. It's just, I don't know, man. Leipzig won't win the league titles if they continue to sell all their good players for profit. Heck, they even sold their manager for 30 mil. Yes, it's fair, but like I said, I think this is a bit of a lesson, man. I think it rubbed them the wrong way. This is what happens when you put in a release clause, man. Mario Götze is the perfect example. There's nothing you can do. Same as Haaland. There's nothing you can do with a release clause. I don't see any reason to put in a release clause. It can just put you at a vulnerable position if that player blows up. Götze left for 37 mil. Turned out to be a stupid deal for Bayern, but at the time they took one of the best products in German football and took him from our arch rival because they could. So Leipzig, I think, will be a little bit more hesitant and be a little bit more careful and probably won't sell to Bayern. And if they do, well then yes, I agree. They will not be competing, man. Will Canada make it out of the group stage? Probably not. But I mean, you never know. You gotta be hopeful, man. The likelihood is obvious. I mean, Croatia, Belgium, even Morocco is a very good nation. But I don't know, man. This Canadian team is special, but they haven't played anyone outside of CONCACAF. So I'd like to see some friendlies, see how they stack up, and see if they can do something special, man. They got to the World Cup. Now let's just see if they can have some good performances and cause an upset. See what they can do with what Costa Rica did back in 2014. As Emre Can gets all frustrated, picks up a yellow. I think Marco Rosa got a yellow there as well. Losing their heads all over the park. There's a free kick coming up. Guys, we're 40 minutes in, and if you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can get to 50 likes before we get to halftime here. And drop a sub, guys, if you're new to the channel. And if you're happy that Bayern's winning, or if you're sad that Dortmund's losing, let me know in the chat. Zagadou makes one catastrophic mistake per game. That is the most accurate thing I've read today. Dan Axel Zagadou is a poor defender. And I said that from the moment he signed from Dortmund. Actually, that's a lie. The first time I said, you know what, I don't know what this guy's doing at the club was in the 5-0 loss against Bayern where he passed the ball to Lewandowski to then put it into an empty net. It's a good corner, comes in, and it's out. Zagadou needs to go. He can leave for free for all I care. The atmosphere is just Bayern fans pissing Dortmund fans off. Alex is in the stadium. Pretty cool to hear, though. Is it loud, though, Alex? Like, is it? I know you're a Dortmund fan, but is it a cool atmosphere, or are you just too upset to think? We need a complete rebuild, to be honest. You're not wrong. Emre Can, Zagadou, Thorgan Hazard, Schultz, Witzel, Haaland, Akanji Guerrero all have to leave this club, and I don't disagree with any of that. I would let them all leave as well. Kamara and Saliba are better. I don't disagree, man. And like I said, on paper, though, that's what you said in your original one. On paper, man, Dortmund's a better team than Marseille, and you can't tell me otherwise. Does that mean that they're going to perform? No, because this Dortmund team has just found a way just to look terrible all season long. And I think Sampoli's a better manager, in my opinion. But, I don't know. You can't tell me that. It's looking at the squad. Dortmund's got better talent. They do. Got a 34-year-old Dimitri Payet as their best player. I think Witzel needs to leave. He will. He's probably going to sign with Rome Bricky at St. Louis. A couple Dortmund players heading to the MLS. Guendouzi is an elite ball-winning center mid. You could say this same about Dahoud. Dahoud's a much better player than Guendouzi is. But I don't know. I don't disagree that Marseille could beat Dortmund. That is easy to say. But I think that Dortmund has a better squad. Maybe if Dortmund had a better manager, or I don't know. I don't think Marseille is anything special, to be honest. But I do think that under Sampoli, they've done pretty well. They're going to qualify for the Champions League. They're in a semi-final right now of the Conference League, so Signal Iduna Park is good. And do you prefer 1v1? Not 1v1, or well, not 1-1. Sorry, 1-1 looks like an ugly kit sponsor, to be honest. Shot there from distance. But yeah, Signal Iduna Park is a fantastic. The Westfalen. Harriet and Dimitri Payet are not elite wingers, man. They're like 20 points behind PSG in Liga. Like, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Because again, like I said, would not surprise me if Marseille beats Dortmund. But they're not a better. Like they shouldn't be a better team. Dortmund have better players. Harriet just got relegated with Schalke before joining Marseille. Now he's done a lot better, yes. Payet's 34, still doing it. I get what you're saying. They signed Bukambu from the Chinese Super League. Holland's better. Royce is better. Dahoud's better. Jude's better. They're not performing well, I'll give you that, but explain how Dortmund's better in every reason. Every player you mentioned, there's a better player in Dortmund. In my opinion, at least. I don't know. Last year's Lille or this Dortmund? Last year's Lille. Last year's Lille would run over Dortmund, man. That team under Galtier had it made. And I do think, like, man, I'm not, and again, I just, you said player, like, versus player, Dortmund's got better players. Does not mean they're going to win. So, I agree with you there, but yeah, Dortmund they just have too many better. They have way better players than Marseille. If Bayern scores again, I'm turning this game off. Josh, which club do you hate? I don't know if I hate any clubs, man. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I hate any clubs. You'd have to do something really bad to make me hate you. It's clubs I don't love. But I don't know if I hate any clubs. I think being Canadian probably has a reason behind that. Not only because we're nice, but I didn't grow up in like a European culture where, I don't know, if I would have grown up in Dortmund, I would probably hate Schalke. Schalke's not my favorite team. I don't usually support them, but I want them to come back to the Bundesliga so we can see Dortmund play Schalke and get the derbies back. But I don't hate them. I don't love them, but I don't hate them. But like I said, if I grew up in pretty much anywhere in Europe, you grew up in Europe and you have a club, I think you just develop that hatred. It's hard when you're Canadian and you're so far away. But I don't know. Let me know if that relates to anyone, or if you hate a club, why? Well, the Bundesliga was already over before this game. It was. I mean, honestly, this match was over. I mean, there it is, man. Halftime is here. 2-0. 2-0 Bayern over Dortmund. Oh, man. PSG's not a bad show to dislike. That's frustrating for that match is too easy. Very, very, very easy. But we're at 45 likes, guys. So if you're just tuning into the chat, let's get over 50 here at halftime. We're going to go into the chat and talk with you guys. Let me know how you guys are doing. The Temple, as we call it, says Angie. Hopefully you're doing well. Tigges is with Dortmund 2 team, I think. Finn says Marco Bustos is an elite winger. Bustos is special. I agree, Finn. Bustos is class from OC. OC, how you doing, my friend? Adeyemi and Schlotterbeck coming in, so yeah, Dortmund need just a complete overhaul. Just a complete overhaul. Where's Tigges when you need him? When do you need Tigges, my man? Alan says, I don't like Bayern. Imagine Sula comes on and scores, make it 3-0. Well, very good to like of him. Except reverse. Which clubs do you enjoy losing? I like watching PSG lose. I think that's a fair shout. PSG is a good one to watch lose. Madrid for a while, like Real Madrid. I liked watching lose. They won 3 Champions League, so I was just always cheering against them. I'll say this: Marseille is far, far worse. Who's an elite right back at Dortmund? There's no elite right back at Dortmund, but there's certainly not a elite right back at Marseille. They don't even have a natural right back. They've turned Rog. I can't remember how you pronounce his name, but they've turned him kind of a right back. He's done a good job, but I don't think he's any better than Meunier would be. But no, Dortmund's elite players, if you're looking at it from that perspective, would be Haaland, Bellingham, Royce, and that's maybe it. Matar's tuning in, enjoying a very, very easy match. Matar, when you looked at the starting 11, did you think it was going to go any other way? Matar's just joined, big Bayern fan. And Matar, when I took a look at the starting 11, I literally said out loud 3-0. That is just word for word. That's the only thing you can take away from it. What? Producer T said he could vouch for it. He heard, and that's, yeah, I don't know. It is. Do you think Dortmund will what? Will score? Will win? Because no. Can you briefly confirm? Do you like the Canadian Soccer League and support a team there? I do like the Canadian Soccer League. I work for One Soccer, so I gotta watch it for a living and gotta hopefully see it keep growing and growing. So big fan of the Canadian Premier League and hoping it just keeps growing each and every year. I'm closest to Forge FC, which is out of Hamilton. That's technically the closest professional team to me. But like I don't know if I support any of them. I just support the league in general. And would you want to be a fan ownership of the Bundesliga team, such as the 50+ rule? I don't know. I never given that much thought. Is there a reason why Marseille are in the Conference League? Just taking shots. Barca is the club I hate the most, and I didn't even mind Schalke because they're totally irrelevant. Why Barca, Alex? That's an interesting one. I hate RB Leipzig, Bayern, Schalke, Man City, and PSG. Man, I do like watching United lose. So there's another one. I do. So the two teams I enjoy losing the most would be probably Manchester United, PSG, and then a third maybe Madrid. I definitely don't hate RB Leipzig. I know there's the 50+ one rule, and I think it's weird that Leipzig, or they decided to pick Leipzig. I think they should have went to Ligue 1. They could have grabbed. There's three professional teams in Paris. Should have grabbed one of those. Grab one of those teams. No one would have blinked an eye in almost any other league. It doesn't make any sense to me why you chose Germany just to piss off people. But I still think Leipzig is good for the Bundesliga. It's not like they're a PSG. They're a city. They just got picked apart from Bayern, man. So I don't know. There's two sides of the coin here. They make the league more competitive. So I don't know. I think there's an unfair narrative around Leipzig a little bit. So I hope they win the Pokal, and I hope I don't know if I hope they win the Pokal, because it would be cool to see Freiburg win the Pokal. But I do kind of hope them or Frankfurt win the Europa League. BVB players running around like headless chickens. Matar is not mistaken. So easy, man. So easy. A lot of comments coming in, guys. If you're just tuning in, be sure to say hello in the chat. Get your comments in, your thoughts on the first half. It's been an ugly looking one. Do you think Dortmund will sign? I hope they sign Schlager. I don't know why. I think he adds that little dimension. I don't think Leipzig are going to let Lammer go like that. Not the same way. They probably learned their lesson from last season. I don't know if Wolfsburg will have a massive opportunity if they're looking for Schlager, but I think Schlager's who I would look at. I think he'd be a good fit. He's got a deadly shot on him as well. We were always going to lose the Bundesliga anyways. We're losing this game. We're going to get second place and look to next season. Haaland hat-trick in the second half. It'd be quite the turnaround, man. I haven't seen anything from Dortmund in this match that determines that. But let's take a look at the bench to see if there's any... That's a weak bench from Dortmund, man. Roman Bürki's made it. Roman Bürki's made the bench. Interesting. Haven't seen him in a while. Mukuku's... I mean, it'd be cool to see Gittins come on. Mukuku as well would be the only two, but... I mean, you look at Bayern's bench. I mean, they got Jamal Musiala. They got Leroy Sané. Sabitzer, who's not going to probably do much, but... I don't think Dortmund's going to be looking at the bench to try to save this match, to be honest. Are BVB trying to play too expansive, quick football and getting overplayed? And it definitely seemed at the start of the match that they were going to be playing simply on the counter. They threw bodies up when they needed to. It looked relatively even in the first little bit, but honestly, it just slipped away so easily. Mental mistakes, constant mistakes that this team does. They just shoots themselves in the foot. And Bayern take advantage of it. They're deadly, and it's... I don't know. I haven't seen Dortmund put in a perfect game, which is what they need to do against Bayern in a very long time, and it's why that they're on the road to lose 8 consecutive. Finn says the best players in the world as he lists the Pacific side there. I mean, man, Pacific looks good this season. I think that they're probably favorites right now to at least win the season portion. Bundesliga has more money from the French league. That's true. But I still feel like, they could have probably dove into the Prem, dove in La Liga, Serie A. I mean, they could have went elsewhere. They chose a league where they knew it was going to be frowned upon. Lyon versus Dortmund. Come on, man. Lyon is brutal this season. Peter Bosz has just been another disaster. That team needs to do some serious work. Davies has been good today, not going to lie. Davies has looked good. But again, I don't know. It almost looks like Bayern haven't even got out of second gear. If I'm being completely honest. Dortmund basically kind of handed them the 2 goals. I don't know. It's a bit of a toothless performance. Had a meeting run late. Very intrigued that I missed the first half. Irritated that I missed the first half. Dortmund, Lyon. Lyon is literally mid-table. We need Tejan. I was going to say 3-1 Bayern. Josh, do you think the Europa League is shaping up to be a German final? I'm hoping it is. I would love to see a German final. It's be good for the Bundesliga to get good points as well, which keeps their rating pretty high. But Leipzig, Frankfurt, I think that'd be a sweet final. I really hope that's what happens, and I just simply hope a German side wins the Bundesliga. Sorry, West Ham and Rangers, but I hope you guys both lose in the semis. I want any team to win except Leipzig. I want Leipzig to win or Frankfurt. I want the other two to lose. I don't want to see West Ham. I don't want to see Rangers win. Alex says, I'm a Real Madrid fan most... That's fair. I understand. Schlager wants Bayern. Yeah, but he's not going to fit there. I don't see any game time really opening up for him at Bayern, man. Not with Goretzka and Kimmich, so I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think Bayern would be looking at Schlager, and I don't think it'd be a fit for any reason besides maybe a sub. Manny says, put on Pongachich for Renier, switch to a back 3. I mean, it's worth a shot. I don't know. I don't think you can fix this, if I'm being completely honest, but I mean, that's not a bad idea. Renier has been oblivious, so you could switch, go to a back 3, have Wolf at right wing back, Guerrero left wing back, have Pongachich, Akanji, Zagadou, your 3 center mids, Chan, Bellingham through the middle, 2 cams, Brandt, and Royce and Holland up front. Could be something to try to do, just to try to shape things up a little bit, but what changes in the second half would you like to see? I don't think there is anything to make, but that's not a bad shout. That switching to a back 3, just allow Guerrero a little bit more opportunity and Wolf to go up the pitch. Try something. Worth a shot. Spence is a new right back. He'll be getting a move, that's for sure. Josh, do you know much about Leeds United American manager Jesse Marsh? Apparently he started his managerial career at Montreal Impact in 2011-2012. Yeah, I know Jesse Marsch pretty well. He's in the RB system for a while. New York Red Bulls, going to as assistant at Leipzig before going to Salzburg, and then eventually joining Leipzig on a full-time contract as the head coach, and then he immediately got sacked. He just was not up for it. And he's taken over Leeds, and he's done an okay job so far. But who's your favorite non-Dortmund player in the league this year? It'd have to be Alphonso Davies. I mean, my fellow Canadian, man. And I don't know if it's that close, but if you don't want me to be biased about it, because I mean, I love Davies. And Kuku's been my favorite player to watch this season, hands down. Hasn't even been close. He's just been absolutely incredible. PSG versus Dortmund. There you go, man. It's not even close. PSG's a much better side than Dortmund now. They have issues of their own, but if you give me $100 and you want me to put it on one of the two teams and they go head to head, it's going on PSG. For the teams I hate, they're Madrid and PSG. Everyone else I'm cool with. It's fair. It's fair. Sabitzer is way better than Schlager, and he's sitting on the bench. He doesn't really fit the role, though. I think Schlager would fit a 4-2-3-1 like better than Sabitzer does. Sabitzer, in my opinion, just simply doesn't even fit this side, but if Leipzig wins the Europa League, BVB gets second pot in the UEFA Champions League. Josh, did you watch Ted Lasso? I've never watched Ted Lasso. Producer T is livid about it. No. It's my favorite actor and my favorite sport, and it's a comedy, and it's apparently incredible. There's zero reasons why I haven't watched Ted Lasso, so I need to get on that. Let me know in the comments, guys. Put yes or no. Have you guys watched Ted Lasso? Because it is one that I want to watch, but I haven't got. I've been more on a Star Wars train right now. I think it's glitching, eh? I don't know why. There's zero chance that Dortmund signs in Cuckoo. There's almost less than 0% chance. Heat map shows Bayern almost looking like they're playing with a back three. Pavard being so conservative, allowing Davies to push up. Gnabry out wide. Kimmich laying deep. Coleman inward a little bit. We're getting back underway, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys are still with us, as always, be sure to drop a like. Say hello in the chat. AC Milan or Dortmund? I'd say probably AC Milan. Yeah, 0% chance we're gonna sign in Cuckoo. We can't afford him, and I'm thinking Cuckoo would want to come to Dortmund. Luke Price says yes, I've watched Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is hilarious. You watched the NHL lately, Josh? Keeping an eye on it, but not really watching it. No. Senators give me no reason to watch the NHL this season, and I don't like watching the Leafs do well, so not really. Dortmund fan in the chat. Alex, is that you? Is that what you look like? I just saw a Dortmund fan on TV. You look very, very miserable. Who's your favorite one soccer colleague? Oh, Finn. Don't put me in that kind of position this early on. Pardon? I'll say Producer T. We'll make it easy. There you go. Producer T is a favorite one in soccer. There you go. Good. You gave me an out. Who's yours, Finn? There, we'll turn the question around on you. You can't say producer T. He's already taken. You can't say me either. Thoughts on Arsenal this season? I think they're taking a massive step in the right direction. If they can clinch top 4, that's going to be huge for them. I think getting the win today against United, the win against Chelsea, it looked very, very, very unlikely, to be honest. But no, they've had a really good season so far. I think they're going to have to do some business in the offseason to compete a little bit more on 2 fronts next year. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty good stuff from Arteta. Finn said Josh. Come on. I said you can't say that. Josh, it was great to see Freiburg reach their first ever Pokal final against Leipzig. I doubt I'll be covering it. But we'll see. You never know. Josh, who do you think will be the standout players at the World Cup finals in Qatar? I think Messi's going to have I think Argentina's going to be good, so I think Messi will be good. I think Neymar will be good. No, Finn took the easy road out, said everyone. I don't know. I'll say those two, because I think Brazil and I think Mbappe as well. I mean, the obvious answers. An under the radar one. It's not under the radar, but I think Senegal could do some damage. I think Depay and Mane could do pretty well. How is Jonathan Davies doing this season? I mean, Jonathan David or Alphonso Davies? David's been decent. He had a really strong start to the season. I think he got to 13 goals pretty quickly, and then he's barely scored any since. He's gone on 2, I think 6 or 7 or even 8 match scoreless streaks. So I mean, he's had an up and down season. A little inconsistent from time to time, but Lille have not done him any favors. And Davies been solid. Obviously having the injury, but I mean, Davies will be good at the World Cup. Hoping Canada will have a strong showing. Dortmund need a winger. Dortmund need a little bit of everything, my man. Poor challenge there from Guerrero. How is Brandt and Royce playing so far? No one has stood out for Dortmund, man. I don't know. Let me know in the chat, guys, watching the first half. Did any Dortmund players stand out for you guys? Because none really did for me. Yeah, no, not. I can't even think of one. Or I'm like, yeah, you know what? That was a solid performance. I feel Holland has dropped his performance lately. Luke de Jong's on the bench, former at Barca, has more goals than him. That's a stat, man. That's a stat right there. Yeah, damn, man. He has been injured. I mean, he still put up a decent chunk of goals. But yeah, I mean, I get the point you're trying to make. That looks like there's a penalty coming there. All right, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity. Royce is down. Make this match a little bit more interesting. Brandt with a good ball finds Royce, and that's, yeah, takes him right out. Sloppy from Sloppy from Kimmich. We got a penalty coming up. Circumstances for the World Cup is very sad. I don't think I can really enjoy it. I can definitely enjoy it because Canada is going to the first World Cup since '86. So, I mean, that's all I'm focused on. And really excited to see how the boys can do. But in the meantime, there is a penalty coming up. Is that Emre Can with the ball? It should be, yeah. Emre Can has looked very, very cool with his last few penalties. To make it 2-1, man. Make this game a little bit more interesting. Fun fact, Emre Can has never missed a penalty in his career. I don't think he's taken that many, but good opportunity coming up. Manuel Neuer, Emre Can to cut the deficit. His last 3 penalties, all goals. He just got a very nonchalant way of taking a penalty. I really like watching Emre Can do his thing. So let's see if look at Bellingham's socks, just absolutely torn apart. The man has had a good match. Well, the man has had a competitive match. But here we go. Emre Can versus Manuel Neuer. I see a red behind him. We've had so many. I feel relatively confident that Chan will score this because we've had a lot of poor penalties in the past. Emre Can. And as cool as you like, man. Emre Can makes it 2-1. This is game back on. I see Alex in the stands. Saw some Dortmund fans there. Alex got a wave. Nicely done. Very easy, very cool penalty there from Emre Can. Just sends Manuel Neuer the right way, slots it home. 2-1. All right. Show some love in the chat, guys. If you guys are cheering on Dortmund, put in a B or just say Dortmund. And if you're cheering on Bayern, put in some red. This is a little unexpected. Honestly, I thought Bayern were going to just run away with it. So it's 2-1. It's a good ball. Bayern already back on the front foot. Oh, and a good little opportunity there, but it goes out. Josh, many congratulations on your new job at One Soccer. You worked incredibly hard bringing your content. I appreciate that, my friend. It looks like Holland is going to Manchester City. It does. It does. There's not a big surprise there, and I think he'll do quite well at Manchester City. But we'll have to see. It's not obviously a done deal yet, but I don't know, man. What's the difference between Bayern winning the Farmers League or PSG winning? I mean, there's no such thing as a Farmers League. It's like one of the. It's a way of saying you don't follow the sport properly without saying it. So, if you put a P in front of a player's name or you say Farmers League, you don't have knowledge on the sport. That's just a fact. That's a good ball to Marco Reus. Oh, what a big save! But in terms of a Farmers League, man, there's no such thing as it because there's no top 5 league in the world is a Farmers League. It's not. There's competitive matches all over the place. Now, Bayern winning 10 in a row isn't a great look for the league. I think that other teams need to look at ways to be more competitive. I truthfully believe in that. I mean, PSG is a much better team in the last decade, and yet they found a way to lose to Monaco and Lille. So, I don't know. Bundesliga is German. That is a fact. Keep up the good work, my friend. Yankee Davies, I appreciate that. Hopefully you're doing well. This is Alphonso Davies' uncle again? Because I remember one time you tuned in and you said you're Davies' uncle. I don't remember if that's you or not. I saw Davies and it's Bayern. I don't know. And also, the Bundesliga is more interesting. I agree. I like Liga as well. I like all 5 top leagues. They're all good leagues in their own way. One day, Royce will become... Royce is... I mean, kudos to Royce. He looked... He wanted to bring Dortmund back into things. He found a way to win a penalty. We got Davies. Here's a good little race here. Haaland versus Upamecano. Exactly what Erling Haaland wants. Slips in Marco Reus. Oh, that's a big tackle from Lucas Hernandez, man. Damn, that was a really good opportunity there from Erling Haaland. Oh. Pius is here, says, Josh, what's up? Not much, man. How you doing? Is BVB getting Adeyemi? I think so. I'd be very surprised if they didn't get him. Honestly, Bundesliga to me is the worst out of the top 5. I don't know if I definitely wouldn't agree with that, because I'm biased. Bundesliga is my favorite league, bar none. But it's interesting. You think that? I think the Bundesliga. I mean, again, I'm biased. I enjoy watching. I think the football itself is better than any other league. I think it's exciting. It's attacking. Tons of goals. A lot of good players. I don't know what there's not to like. Well, the one main thing there's not to like is that it's not overly competitive because Bayern have won so much, but it's appealing to the eyes. You can watch this. I mean, I watched the Gladbach and Freiburg match this morning. It was 3-3, and it was an incredible match to watch. This one's been entertaining as well. But yeah, that is a big flaw. I like watching La Liga. I like watching all the leagues. I think quality Liga falls apart a little bit towards the bottom table. I guess you can argue that for all the leagues, but I don't know. It's an interesting debate. But like I said, to me there's no Farmers League. I enjoy all 5, and I watch all 5. Hi Josh, how are you? Brant is on fire. Holland's getting fired up. As Renier, I think, picked up a yellow or got himself in a little bit of trouble. Let me know, guys, in the comments, what's your guys' favorite league? Are you a fan of the Bundesliga? Are you Premier League fans? We got some Liga fans in there. Bayern and PSG are by far the best sides in their respective domestic leagues, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong with that. I think there's a little bit more of a gap for... I shouldn't even say that, because Dortmund have been terrible this year. So yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. Which is why it was incredible last season when Lille won the league. I watched pretty much every single Lille match last year because of my boy Jonathan David, and they were so much fun to watch. This year, they're brutal to watch. Here comes Lewandowski. Good little effort there. This one you need tickets. Bundesliga teams defending is far behind the others. Or is the attacking just too good? You be the judge. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just more of an open league. It's genuinely just fun to watch. I always recommend if someone's just getting into the sport, follow the Bundesliga. You will see a ton of goals. You will see a lot of ton of young talented players. You'll see some bangers. You'll see some interest. You'll see the best fan base in the world. I'm sorry, in general, the Bundesliga, you're not going to find better fan base for all teams in the league. The amount of the size of the stadiums, that they're always packed, is just, I don't know, it's just fun to watch. It really is. But now we need to see a little bit more competitive Bundesliga to make that a little better. But a lot of you guys are saying Bundesliga, number 1. Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga. Got the Madrid in there, so I mean, that's totally fair. I like watching La Liga a lot too. I like watching Barcelona this year because I just find them fun. It's a good little run there for Emre Can. That another one? No penalty. It's a really good run from Emre Can. I'm curious to see if they're going to take a look at this, if it was clean or not. Let's take a look. He's stopping it. VAR is going to take a look. See another penalty? Did he get ball? No, he didn't get ball. He got player first, and that was Bellingham, my bad, not Emre Can. That might be another penalty, guys. Look at Pavard. Absolutely exposed. That is another penalty. That has to be, man. No, he says no? Wow. That's a terrible call. What do you guys think in the chat? Is that a penalty? I didn't see him get ball whatsoever. He absolutely took out Bellingham's legs. That's a surprising call, but I mean, I'm no ref. That's surprising. Premier League and the Liga are the two best leagues in the world for the last decade. I'd say Bundesliga is probably behind that, and then Serie A, and then Liga. White says, you know it's the Bundesliga. Look at Erling Haaland. He's getting rambunctious now. True. Look at how Frankfurt owned Barca in their own stadium. That was embarrassing, man. That was absolutely embarrassing. But I've been to Barcelona before, and I think I've said this a few times. When I went to Barcelona, the stadium holds 99,000, and there was about 70,000 at the stadium. It means there's 29,000 empty seats. So if you can't fill up your own stadium, and you have a bunch of crazy, exciting fans that are all for the Europa League, and Frankfurt fans when Barca maybe didn't buy into the Europa League because they're used to the Champions League, then I definitely could have saw a way that happened, and it was just incredible that they snuck 30,000 Frankfurt fans in there. And nice defensive play there from Zagadou. Was a penalty for real. Stop calling it a Farmers League. Yeah. There's no such thing as a Farmers League, ladies and gentlemen. There's not. That's not a word. Every league has a reason it's beautiful. Whether it's the Dutch League, whether it's the Canadian Premier League, whether it's the MLS. You can't have players like Neymar and Mbappe playing in Liga and say it's a Farmers League. I'm sorry. Only true Farmers League are those in Eastern Europe, and there's only one big team due to corruption. But entertainment-wise, all leagues are really... I like that. I mean, I just don't like the term Farmers League, but that's why I say it. But, yeah, I mean, some Eastern European leagues. I wouldn't say farmers, but... corruption's never a good thing. Great to see Christian Eriksen back and playing so well for Brentford in the Premier League as well as Denmark. Yeah, he's been a revelation, man, and he's probably going to get signed by Tottenham again. Real romantic return, even though I almost want to see him stay at Brentford. They gave him the opportunity. He's done incredible there. He's got a lot of Danish players and a manager there. But it looks like Lucas Hernandez got punched in the face. We're going to take another look at this. Yeah, he did. Nothing malicious there. Hitz got the ball first, and his follow-through came and just clocked Lucas Hernandez. But we are on 60 likes, guys. If you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop the like. We have about 30-ish minutes left in this match. It's 2-1. I thought the second half was going to be a disaster, to be honest. So things have spruced up a little bit. It looks like Jamal Musiala is going to be coming on for Gnabry's. Gnabry's brace, and won't have the chance for... Oh, no, he didn't get a brace. The one didn't count. Who scored the second goal for Bayern? Oh, Lewandowski, yes. All right, so Gnabry's off. He scored a very nice goal. And on comes Jamal Musiala. Holland is running like a truck. Look at the Premier League and how competitive it is. I mean, there's two good teams in the Premier League. You can make that argument, man. There's two good teams in the Premier League. There's a title race, yes, and that's a good thing. But there's been times where the Premier League has run into similar situations. But the nice thing you can't argue about the Premier League is they usually have a variety of different winners. Now, of late though, it's basically just been City and Liverpool. But I don't know. I mean, after those two this season, there's nothing. The other teams are brutal. Manchester United is still in it for a shot somehow for a Champions League position. They've been terrible. Like the stream, guys. Let's get to 100 likes from White. We appreciate the love, my friend. Bundesliga is also competitive. It is. But they do need to find a way to get a new winner. The UEFA Champions League is farmers, like by the definition, because it's the biggest teams. Finds Thomas Muller. Well defended in the end. What are your thoughts on Sven Botman and Renato Sanchez going to AC Milan? Both of them, in my opinion, are incredible players, and I think that they both should move on from Lille because Lille have been a dumpster fire this season. I hope those two and Jonathan David all get good transfers, but I mean, AC Milan's an awesome opportunity for them. I think Sanchez coming in to replace Frank Kessie was a good idea, and I mean Botman at the back. I don't know if that's the number one area that AC Milan needs strengthening, but I think he would slide right in and probably be a starter. If not, I could see Botman going to the Prem. Liverpool is 10 points ahead of Chelsea. Do they have any games in hand or no? Because, yeah, there is some big separation there. Why is Nagelsmann taking Bayern's best players, Gnabry? Nagelsmann is a bottle job. I understand why Bayern fans don't like him. Do we have any Bayern fans in the chat? What is your guys' opinion on Nagelsmann? Because this has been a pretty poor season by their standards. I think Nagelsmann's got a lot wrong. Personally, think his tactics are the reason they went out against Villarreal. So I'm just curious to see what some Bayern fans' perspective is on Nagelsmann, because I don't know. I think he might have bit a little more than he could chew this season. It's a good little ball intercepted from Guerrero. Their aggressive press is coming on right now from Bayern, but Jonathan David's goal drought is massive. It is. It's disappointing, man. Because last season he had it's one interesting thing though. Galtier gave him a lot of Upamecano, get up, you're fine. Upamecano screaming. I think he's okay though. But here comes a substitution. Renier coming off. Gittins coming on. This should excite a lot of Dortmund fans. Renier, hopefully that's the last time we'll see you in yellow. And Gittins, hopefully it's not the last time. Excited to see what this kid can do. But yeah, Davids have been pretty inconsistent. Last season was very poor at the start, got hot at the end. This season was very good at the start, and it's gone on 2 very long goal droughts. A little inconsistency with his performances. He missed some big chances in there, but I mean, Lille, they don't help. So, it all depends on what considers competitive. Like winning competitive, just getting Champions League competitive. Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, I mean, in my opinion, all leagues around the world have something that makes them beautiful. And especially the top 5 leagues. How many leagues there are in the world? There's thousands. The top 5 leagues, not one can be defined as a farmers league. And if you think it is, you're wrong. Because I don't even know what the definition of a farmers league is, but it's not a top 5 league in the world. I promise you that. I'm more of a Stuttgart fan. I hope Stuttgart stay up this season. Like I said, I'm hoping Bremen and Schalke come back up. I'm hoping Bielefeld and Greuther Fürth go down, and then I'm hoping the relegation battle gets won by the Bundesliga side. Because that's probably going to be Hertha Berlin or Stuttgart. Both big clubs, and I'd like to see them both stay in the Bundesliga. He might be good, but he's in the shadow of Flick. That's fair. Hansi Flick did such an incredible job at this side. And he's doing an incredible job with the German national team. I think they could be in for a decent World Cup. But we're coming to the 70th minute, guys. About 20 minutes to go. 2-1 Bayern. As things stand, they're going to win their 10th consecutive Bundesliga title in front of 75,000 home fans. And my boy Alex, who's in the stands right now. But I don't know, man. There's something about this match. It seemed like the second half was going to be a disaster. And as I say that, oh, that's a big save. Thought I was going to make it 3-1 right there. I was about to say, I think Dortmund might have a shot, but I hope they show that again. That was a massive, massive save. Farmers League is a league that grows players for bigger leagues instead of themselves, like the Netherlands, Belgium, or Austria. Look at that save on Lewandowski from hits. Now, I know they're going to check that potential handball on Emre Can, but if they did, that would be very, very annoying. No, they're not. Yeah, that's kind of the definition I thought. But a lot of people saying that Dortmund is a farmer's team, which is ridiculous, or Bundesliga is a farmer's league, which is also ridiculous. You see a lot of good players join the Bundesliga, same as Ligue 1. Ligue 1 is very unfairly gets called a farmer's league. And I just say, I mean, a league with Messi and Mbappe, Neymar, you call them a farmer's league, you're blind. And I don't know. I have seen it mostly used. I mean, putting it for the Netherlands is one as well, but I don't know. It's part of the structure of a league, and it doesn't mean every club does that. I mean, Ajax sells on players, yes, but they also bring in a lot of good players. Sebastian Haller was a player they brought in from the Bundesliga. No, sorry, from the Premier League. Austria is a tough one to argue with because most of the time, but I just don't like the definition. They're the Austrian Bundesliga. This is who they are. This is what they do. Are you upset with Moukoko, or do you think he will still needs puppy? I'm a little upset with the way that Dortmund handled Moukoko. I was skeptical when they brought him up as early as they did. I thought there was zero reason for them to. He was never going to get playing time. I think they took a massive step backwards in his development. I don't know. That's a nice little ball there from Marco Reus, but he looked like a nice little build-up play there, and he just kind of ran out of room. But yeah, I don't know. I think Dortmund doesn't usually get a lot of their player development wrong. I mean, he's still very, very young. But it didn't look... I don't think it looked at what it was supposed to. I'm curious to see what his next step will be. Nagelsmann was using the 4-2-3-1 formation in the first leg against Villarreal and consistently getting counterattack from Villarreal. Yeah, and he also was stubborn that he just only went down the middle. It was like everything that he was trying to do was simply down the middle. There was no real adapting. There was no nothing. It was one trek. In the second leg, I mean, they used Coleman a lot down the left-hand side. He looked really dangerous, but other than that, it was simply crosses. It was still pretty easy to defend for Villarreal. I just didn't see like there was any type of creative spark. It was just the same thing over and over and over again. And then one quick counterattack and Villarreal moved on. I thought it was a little naive from Nagelsmann, but they shouldn't have been going out against Villarreal. But kudos to Villarreal. It was an Atletico Madrid game plan that Simeone would have been proud about. And now they'll see if they can do it against... I'm not even sure. I think Liverpool is now Villarreal play. To be honest, I was expecting more from Moukoko this season. I wasn't, because it's just... I don't see him playing. We brought in Daniel Mullin, so where is he going to play? I mean, unless you try to turn him into a winger, I mean, something that Dortmund needed. They could have maybe did it, but then they have Mullin who can also play like that, and that's where Mullin's been playing as a winger/striker. You have Holland. There's no big minutes available for Moukoko. There was a time in Liga where there was 6 different champions in 6 seasons. Yes. I don't know if I can name them all, but correct me if anyone... I'm going to guess there's Lyon. Here's a good chance from Marco Reus here. Oh, Holland takes down Upamecano. I'm going to say Lyon. Lille would have been in there. Montpellier. PSG. Bordeaux. Did I say Marseille? Maybe Marseille? I don't know. Let me know if I was close. Or who it would have been. Because I do remember that. I mean, Montpellier had to have been in there with Olivier Giroud. So would have Bordeaux. So would have Lille. Lyon. I don't know. I'm close. Didn't realize that the game was an ABC. Back 3 formations give more ball. By the way, your jersey behind you, which I think is for Canada, is stunning. I love its color. That's the new Canada jersey. I got Jonathan David on the back, my boy. I got all 6 right. Go, Josh. I don't remember which 6 I said, but good. Good. Doubt I can get the order, but... There's a good tackle there. I think Bellingham looks pretty frustrated. Hopefully he'll be all right. Corner kick coming up, 75th minute. Marseille is the best French team, you know, Josh. I don't know. I think Saint Etienne would have a little debate there, even though they're not very good anymore. It's a shame, man. Them and Bordeaux, one of the two will more than likely get relegated. Bellingham not looking like he's doing too well. I think their Klassiker gets less recognition than it deserves. Barely anyone, especially Englishmen, cares to cover this derby. I think in Germany, I think in North America, it's pretty big. I don't know about the rest of Europe. I think the U.S. treat it pretty big. Obviously, because of Davies, Canada has a big interest, and then Germany does. But yeah, I don't know about the rest of the world. But nicely done there from Emery Chan. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments, though, who do you guys want to see, or who do you think's gonna win the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League? Give me one of the names of the remaining. Marseille. You had me thinking of a Ligue 1 team winning some European silverware, because they're in it with the Conference League. Though for the Conference League, I want Roma to win for sure. I want Mourinho to be the first manager ever to win that trophy. I just think it'd be fitting. Europa League, I'd say I want Frankfurt, but I don't really care. I want it to be a Bundesliga side. And for the Champions League, I want Villarreal, but there's no questioning that that's probably not going to happen. So then I'd probably go for Liverpool. Klopp and company, as long as City don't win, I'd be happy. I don't really want to, actually, I'm going to lie. I don't want to see City or Madrid win. Madrid's won it too many times. Villarreal or Liverpool for me for the Champions League. Marseille or Roma for the Conference League. And then the German sides for me in the Europa League. Every Dortmund fan loves Bellingham. You just can't hate him. Jude's a beauty. They could have used more long balls through the center and picked out of position, but I don't think Nagelsmann got his setup wrong. I think he did. I think he did, because I think you saw glimpses of what they were gonna play like in the first leg, and he just didn't adapt enough. He didn't do anything to change that way. I mean, and Bayern has gone up against that exact same style before. You could have watched any Bayern match against Atletico in the last 5 years. You would have saw the exact same setup. You got a glimpse of it in the first leg. There shouldn't have been a reason the match went the way it did. I think he got stubborn. I think the Davies substitution was a really poor one. If you're going to play that system, why did you take out and put Davies in a position he's never played before? He's never played as an outside left center back. He's recently played as a striker for Canada. You're going to put the man as a center back. It was very naive. He went in there assuming that, I'll just run over possession. We'll get it. We'll plug away. We'll get the result eventually. Left him very, very vulnerable to a counter, and a counter ended up ending it. I don't know. It ended in a really, almost like an inexperienced manager, in my opinion. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts. If you think you viewed it differently, let me know. But we got a good chunk of opinions coming in. So you want to see Liverpool win the Champions League, Leipzig the Europa League, and Roma. I'd be happy with all three of those. Liverpool for Champions League, West Ham for Europa League, Roma for Conference League. I don't really want to see two. England has won it a lot recently. That's why I want to see the Bundesliga get back on top. So I really don't want to see West Ham win, but nothing wrong with that if you do. Liverpool, Frankfurt, Marseille is not a bad shout as well. Roma, baby. Leicester, Leipzig, West Ham. A shocker, Madrid. English people don't watch non-English soccer, so they don't actually know about what's going on in other leagues. Interesting. I disagree. That's all right. Everyone can have their own opinion. Something eliminated him. Whatever it was. Bayern obviously got it wrong on the day. Whether it was that or whether it was just lady luck or Villarreal just put up a game plan that Nagelsmann couldn't handle. It was something, but it was a disappointing result. And the board could not have been happy about that. Dortmund are playing like they're 2-1 ahead. Oh, it's a poor... Oh, it's actually a really good ball. I thought it was a poor ball. It was just too perfect of a ball from Gittins. And I think that was a save in the end by Manuel Neuer. That was like, I thought that was almost one of those balls like, oh, that was terrible. But it was actually almost so perfect. Upamecano just wasn't able to do anything. And it was a little save, or a little nip from Upamecano, and then a save from Neuer. Corner kick coming up for Brandt. Too many red shirts there as Musiala pumps it up. Carl wants to see Man City, West Ham, and Leicester. Wants to see the English sweep. Yeah, I don't want to see the English sweep. I'm sorry. Bundesliga for sure for the Europa League. Italy or France for me for the Conference League. But I do want to see... Well, I would prefer to see Villarreal, but I don't think that's likely, so... I don't mind seeing Liverpool do well. They're I guess, the Premier League team I like the most. Gittins has already had more touches than Renier, and there's a good opportunity for Erling Haaland, and he blazes it over. He's becoming a little bit lively here. It's been difficult for Upamecano to take advantage of there. Just too big of a man, but that was not the finish you want. You're just always under it. Double substitution coming on for Bayern now. It's Thomas Müller coming off for Marcel Sabitzer. And I'm assuming Coman coming off for Sané, and it is. Kingsley Coman comes off. Leroy Sané comes on. That's two big misses for Haaland now. He's had a lot of chances today. I don't know. It's looking likely that Bayern will be celebrating. Oh, ref says no to the foul. And just kind of a chip away for nothing. Liverpool and Dortmund share You'll Never Walk Alone. They do. They do. They also, I mean, they picked up Klopp. And Klopp has completely transformed that Liverpool side. And he did it in a much superior way than City did, in my opinion. Turning Sané, Mala, Firmino into what they are, as opposed to City just spending the most money you could ever imagine and still losing. So we'll always go for Liverpool over City, and it's not even close. And Klopp over Pep. Still not even close. But those two are good to watch. But it's just funny to me that one did it through money, and the other did it through just a little bit of money. I'm not gonna lie, like, they spend something, but they don't spend near as what. Oh, poor save there from Hitz as it comes loose and it gets put away from Jamal Musiala. If that counts, then that's on Hitz, man. That's really, really poor. Well, in matches like this, it'd be nice to have your proper keeper. Because that was avoidable, man. I think all three goals for Bayern today were pretty avoidable. As Jamal does really well to get the shot off. Hitz does terribly to grab it. And it does, I mean, Guerrero easily keeps him onside. Pumped into the back of the net from Jamal Musiala. It's going to be 8 competitive matches in a row that Bayern win. It is 3-1, and it will be their 10th consecutive Bundesliga title. Game, set, match. Next year, we will rebuild. I can't wait for the summer. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do, man. Honestly, and this sounds surprising as a United fan, I prefer Liverpool over City, but in a rivalry, I hate Liverpool more than City. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, City's new. I mean, City bought their way to the top. So, I mean, I feel like if you're a long-term United fan, you'd probably hate, or you feel like you're more of a rival with Liverpool than you would City. Can you imagine Villarreal, a team never played in the Spanish top flight until 1997, wins the UEFA Champions League? I didn't know that stat. That's interesting. Villarreal never played in Spanish's top flight until 1997. I mean, I guess as long as I remember, they've been in the top flight. I know they got relegated that one season and they bounced right back up. But, I mean, obviously, I would have remembered much more than that. How much value will McNaughton jersey have in a few years? Do you have a Pacific McNaughton jersey? It's a nice one. I don't know. I'm curious to see if McNaughton will ever play for Canada one day. If they'll come knocking. I mean, he's eligible for I think like Belgium, U.S., Canada. I'm curious. I think he's good enough to play for the Canadian national team, but I don't know. Maybe if he ends up playing for Canada, I think that's where your value would come from. Or just something maybe really special with TFC. First goal was on hits too. Well, again, like I said, go look back. Go take a look at the previous like starting 11s. A lot of them have just had one, definitely not the starting keeper, but two, like a bunch of main players out. Like it's just funny that Dortmund just decides to be injured basically until they play Bayern, and then I don't know. They just don't put out a very competitive team. Bobby's been a member for 8 months on the channel. Josh, did you see the new kit? Which kit, man? Canada, Dortmund, something else? Does Dortmund have a new kit or next season's kit or something? Pardon? Oh, another big save from Hits if that wasn't offside. I have not seen the elite kits for Dortmund, no. Max comes in, Palmeiras. Max, are you Brazilian? Or a fan of Brazilian? Oh yeah, here we go. Mukuku's coming on. Paslak's coming on. Holland is coming off for Mukuku. Interesting substitution, kind of a pointless one. And Paslak is probably coming on for Wolf. And was I right? Was I wrong? Can't tell. It was Wolf. 87 minutes in. The Bayern fans are jumping. Yeah, I'd say Caden Chung and McNaughton would be two on the outskirts looking in for the Canadian men's national team. I think getting the moves to TFC, getting minutes, playing well, getting him to a playoff position, I mean, absolutely. Max not impressed with the Bundesliga right now. One team, right now it is. I mean, you can't argue that. They've won on road to to win 10 in a row. So I deleted the comment because of the wrong spelling. But yeah, Villarreal rose up a lot since 97. That's wild. The Yellow Submarine. It's a cool story, man, to reach the semifinals like this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Dortmund's run when they went to the finals. Now different because Dortmund was a lot more attractive to watch. Reminds me a little bit of Atletico's as well. Similar style, similar run. And even Ajax's. But again, Ajax is a little bit more like Dortmund's because attractive football and, you know, wanting to watch it. Villarreal's runs remind me very, very much of Atletico's. From the setup to the way that they basically upset big teams like Bayern. I'm going to leave the stadiums in a couple minutes. I can't handle Bayern jumping for joy. Alex is losing it. It's sad, but I expect us to play worse. 3-1. I mean, looking at, I mean, I think Angie, if she's still here, I think she said she had to go, but she predicted 3-1. And this is going to seal it, man. It does. It is a little disappointing for the league in general that this is, not only is this the two best teams in Germany, if you want to say that they are, I mean, But now it's going to be 10, like I said, 10 league titles in a row for Bayern, 8 consecutive losses Dortmund have now had against Bayern. So doesn't do my standing up for the Bundesliga any favors, but we're going up to the 90th minute, and that's going to be all she wrote. How's Kone doing at CF Montreal? He's doing well. After the CONCACAF Champions League is coming to an end, he's found a way to get some more minutes, good performances, and hopefully he'll just keep developing. Four additional minutes. Interesting. Surprised. They're going to put Niklas Süle right on the end. Right on at the end, just to celebrate. Bundesliga is one of the most entertaining leagues out there, but it is 100% a farmers league. It is the farthest thing you'll have from a farmers league, my man. It is entertaining. It's not a farmers league. A farmers league is meant for clubs to. A lot of quality players go to the Bundesliga to join Dortmund, to join Salzburg, to join Leipzig, to join Bayern. It doesn't fit what people describe as a farmers league. No top 5 league does. You want to get into the argument that maybe Belgium, Austria, those leagues, I'll entertain that, but I think it's a poor word, but. No, you can't say a top 5 league is a farmers league. Doesn't work like that. Not when Leroy Sané moves on from City to join it. Got Niklas Süle. That's funny. Putting Süle on right at the end. It's cheeky from Bayern. I'm off to bet $1,000 on Canada winning the World Cup. You surely back this. I don't know if I would drop $1,000 on Canada winning the World Cup. I'm sure if you did, and they do win the World Cup, you'd be in for a lot of money. But Lewandowski coming off for Choupo-Moting, and Kimmich coming off for Niklas Süle. Going for distance. GG's, Josh. Appreciate it, Bobby. Hope you're doing well, man. This brings an end to the Bundesliga season. Leipzig will probably win the league before Dortmund will. I agree with that. I agree with that, man. I think Leipzig, again, depending on what happens to Bayern, if Leipzig can keep some of their better players, you never know. You never know. But I think Dortmund are quite a ways away from competing, to be honest. Blue Backfire 97 says, "Sup, Josh? How you doing, my friend? Good seeing you again. Tuning in at the last seconds of the watch along. As 4 minutes were added on, we're at 93-20. That's it. It was a decent match. It was a little good back and forth. I think Bayern relatively dominated, but there was a couple good spells in there where Dortmund looked a little dangerous. But congratulations to Bayern for winning their 10th consecutive Bundesliga. Shout out to my boy Alphonso Davies. Gets to lift some silverware out there, so silverware for a Canadian in there. He's only going to be getting this one in the Super Cup. Always nice rubbing into Tack's face when a Canadian wins, but that is it. That is the game. 10 consecutive Bundesliga titles for Nagelsmann. He gets his little bit of silverware there. And a little love going out for Alphonso Davies. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in for the watch along. And on your way out, if you guys could be so kind, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub as always, and we'll see you guys soon. Cheers, friends.